Spreaker.com, Anchor, and Spotify. And also, you can call us at 910-985-9090, or you can send us an email at tcmissionspeaks@gmail.com.
We really appreciate everything that everybody does, even if it's in a phone call or any messages that you send out to us. But we had left off on that first half about doing a wellness check on our people. That means everybody in the globe that can listen to Transition to Changes Mission podcast show. Within that wellness check, we was asking people, do they have a plan? Are they looking to schedule things with their family? I was making reason why it is kind of hard for people to do so. Because number one factor of things, when people's minds get overloaded, it reflects back to the body. When the body gets stressed, it has to have some type of release. And a large scientist study shows a lot of people return back to eating without being mindful about what they're eating, because of this is having some type of reward release from your brain to your body by you overdoing, which can lead up into obesity. So that's one of the reasons why we are having this wellness check on our audience, because we love you and we need you, and we need you to help us in this mission to help end family homelessness.
Absolutely. So we got to keep you in check. The tangible expression of gratitude is a symbol as familiar as it is distinctive, a mold of a human hand, a symbol of peace or a sign of perseverance. Every hand in a time of pandemic has the power to counsel the young, console the sad, and strengthen the righteous. Every hand has the power to deliver the many from a wilderness of sickness toward a land of readiness. Every hand is necessary, now more than ever, to remind people of burdens borne and hardships met, of the price we have all paid to assure the survival and success of our own humanity. Every hand is necessary, too, for us to remember the lost and honor the living, because we draw inspiration from both the past and those who have passed, and the present. Every hand is present well after ashes turn to dust, which is to say the likeness endures, regardless of whether a person is gone forever or away but still living. We need symbols of hope to achieve wellness, whether the symbols are spiritual or secular, whether they are personal or public, whether they are exotic or of a more everyday variety, makes no difference. What matters is the connection between mind and body, the connection a symbol creates or sustains between, say, a vision of health and the real life attainment of wellness. What matters is what we as humanity do to renew that connection. When workers have jobs but no common workplace. When independent contractors have assignments but no interaction with employers. When technology shows people faces but prevents face-to-face meetings. Communication is the foundation of society. To sever or weaken the connection between friends and neighbors, or employers and workers, or citizens in their respective communities, to sever the multiplicity of connections, to sever the network of interconnectedness between individuals and institutions, is to upend society itself. Put it another way, social media is not a solution to social isolation. Let us be mindful of the fact that we cannot be well if we do not feel well. Despite the exercises we do, or the foods we eat, or the nutrients we consume, or the vitamins we take, the mind cannot withstand uninterrupted chaos and death, not without damaging the body or causing a person to harm himself. Wellness, in other words, is possible, not impossible, amidst a daily onslaught of sickness, violence, and anarchy. Now is the time for everyone to sow seeds of renewal, not discord. Now is the time for companies to lead by example, setting a precedent worthy of recognition. Now is the time for individuals to achieve wellness through the symbolic meeting. Now is the time for transition to change and give your neighbor a helping hand.
That is so enough needed. And be mindful of this. When we talk about obesity, it's not just connecting with food. It connects to drugs. It connects to anything that can lead to a exciting reward to your mind and vessel. Anything that is assessed with rewarding does have a good feeling. Most people have smiles. Most people release the stress. And all these things that a person can do is just not catering to running to food. A lot of people is running to drugs. But a lot of people can do rewards within life if they do choose to. but don't be obesity about it. Don't abuse it, because then it turns into a regulated system that is implanted into your body as to lead to of what we call a addiction. And therefore leads to more complicated avenues to solve that addiction. And so before we go down that path, we are talking about the wellness things to avoid going down that path of addiction. Because one thing that we all have realized, everything gets old.
Yes.
Catch what I'm saying. Everything gets old only by things that you do not love. Things that you do love, meaning people, items, will become implanted into you. When you really have unconditional love to anything that you love doing, or anything or anybody that you love being around, how can you keep it not from being old? Love changes every day. And most of the time, a person does not act the same way that they act the previous time you talked to them or being around them. It's the same thing with items. But with some items and people, when you love it, how do you keep it irrelevant to the time? Is that it changes. And you embrace that change. And that way that it becomes more relevant to you in the present. Our minds plays tricks on us. And sometimes you go out and purchase things without knowing the things that you are purchasing can be exciting for that moment. Just as saying, as I was making this relevant to the addiction, it's the same thing as the things that you go purchase, or the same things that people do that is the same actions of the last time you seen them. It's up to you to reinvent it. Every time you see it, every time you do the same exercise, add on some type of fun to it with your family. Do an add-on, because what we are doing is improving our vessel, our temple, our body. These are some of the things that I call our bodies. Our bodies are our temples and our vessel. You only get one of them.
Absolutely. So in a health crisis, or a crisis of health, silence is not an option. Amidst a pandemic, passivity is not acceptable. During a adult obesity health crisis, to all parties, public and private, indifference is not a virtue. Wellness is our goal. Wellness must also be the goal of everyone listening tonight that aspires to do well without acting poorly. Wellness must be the mission of every global nonprofit organization that acts in the interests of its people. Wellness demands resolve and maturity, the ability to withstand challenges, minor and major, the ability to accept criticism, and the charity to give thanks, the ability to be a leader. Now is the time we must seize this moment, leading us toward a future of better health and wellness. We must all do our best to save the last best hope of earth, the goodness of man. The bottom line is that you have the energy to be well, do well, think well enough to inspire the next person. So shine your light.
Now we are offering an outreach, a call to action to anybody that would like to promote any type of apps that they got out that they use. You can call our platform at 910-985-9090, or you can write us at tcmissionspeaks@gmail.com. Explain that this app that you use every day with a regiment with your family has helped your family have a better exercise plan within their family. A lot of people need an extra hand or guidance to help them to be able to accomplish their goals. Or if you have an excellent exercise regimen that you use, why not ask somebody to join you? It's just like if you was taking a jog in the morning. As you stepped out to get ready for your jog, a neighbor came up. Happened to have a conversation, and it was nice for each other to have a schedule to be able to plan having a running partner. It's the same thing now as on the internet. We are offering a door to come to our platform, and we will spread the word that Sonya got a great app to help you get a six-pack, or Tom got a great app that can help you do jogging exercise, or a great diet plan that they use among their family and has lost such and such amount of weight.
And start off little, even if you don't want to get up. There's a great app at the Play Store called Calm. Gives you 15 seconds of doing nothing. Meditation. Try it. It's a great app.
That is some of the examples that will be posted up on transitiontochangesmission.wordpress.com, where you can visit our website, and we will have numbers to where you can call to help if you are having an addiction problem. We will promote and post apps or any type of information that's coming from the audience that can help the next person achieve their goal. Appreciate you taking the time out today to listen to the Transition to Changes Mission podcast show, and we please ask that everybody do a wellness check on your family and your friends and your neighbors. As we end the show tonight, we appreciate everybody that took the time out to listen to our show, to share us, to follow us, to like us, to love us. Thank you for listening to Transition to Changes Mission podcast show with your host, King Summers.
And your host, Queen Summers. Have a great night.
And have a great upcoming week. Thank you so much.
Remember that love is power. Thank you.